Hopefully when interviewing for a job, you have practiced ahead of time, you know the things you want to say, and you're not going to slip up in any way. But I have sat in a ton of interviews and there are some mistakes people make. Some I think are from nerves, some are from just not knowing better. So today I am going to give you 10 things you should never say in an interview so that you don't make the same mistakes and get the job in the end, okay? Let's get started. And if you like interview content, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up, hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. Make sure you come back on any video. I read every comment, so it doesn't matter what video, any video, and let me know that you got the job, what helped you, etc. So let's start talking 10 things you shouldn't do. So this first one is going to sound really surprising, but I got asked it a lot in the last week. What would I do in this role? Okay, so normally your chance to ask questions comes at the end of the interview, which means you just spent a significant amount of time talking about what you assume you would do in the role. I've had people literally say, so like, what would I be doing here? And it's not like there wasn't a job description with very distinct line by line details of what they would do in this position. It just doesn't leave a good impression. It makes the interviewer wonder, did you do your research? Do you know what we do here? Are you just going to any interview? If you're not sure of what it looks like all the time, right? Because a job description will only show you so much. It's more about how you pose this question. So you might want to say something more like, I would love to hear what a typical week is like in this position, or what are 3 things you hope the person in this role would accomplish in the first 90 days. Those will give you an idea of what you'd be doing without going, so like, what does this role do? 2, when people start saying things like, oh, well, I can handle any situation, just talking in a way as like they've never messed up a day in their life, there's never anything that's thrown them. I used to work in entertainment. I love when people in entertainment go, oh, well, I can handle any situation. You work in that industry a couple months. You tell me how much you can handle. You're not a superhero. You are not perfect. There are going to be things that will mess you up. Now, you don't have to talk about those, but just make sure you don't talk in absolutes of, I'm good at everything. I can handle that, no problem. It's not gonna go over well. Okay, number 3, you can't ask about pay. They will talk about salary when they are ready to talk about salary. So do your research on salary.com, on Glassdoor. This is why we have friends in our industry. We get to know people so we can ask them. Once you know people, they'll let you know these sorts of things. Get a ballpark that way of what the salary is, but you're not going to ask about it. I have gone to many an interview where I did not know what the salary would be until the final interview. It's just how the game goes. Number 4, don't speak negatively about old bosses, old coworkers, just other work situations. This can be hard, y'all. I know I have been in toxic work environments. I know some of you have and have asked me about this. This is why we practice ahead of time, because you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, my last boss was like super lazy and never did anything, and so I never got the advancement I wanted because he didn't further my career. No. Can't say it. You need to find ways to talk about situations without throwing anyone under the bus. Number 5, you don't want to say things where you come off cocky. There is a very fine line between confidence and cockiness. Be careful that you are not bragging. Yes, you are supposed to talk about what you've done in the past and how it relates, and you're going to kind of sell yourself a little bit, but you don't need to sound like you're doing the company a favor. Sometimes this is tonal. People just kind of talking like, and body language, leaning back and being like, yeah, like I could do that. And this is how I've done it before. And you know, no problem, right? It's just an air of, I've got this. Sometimes it's stories where you just keep saying, and I did this and I did that. And this person did this thing, but I did blah, blah, blah. You're not better than anyone else. You need to make sure you're using words like we, especially if you're at a company, interviewing at a company where they like collaboration. It can't be the me, me, me show. You need to talk about we. You need to talk about bringing others in. You need to talk about our idea. So make sure you sound confident in the things you did, but not cocky. And this is another reason why I really think practicing with another person is really important, because sometimes you don't realize that you're coming off this way, right? So grab a friend and make them hear your answers. Or if you want stronger feedback, you can hire me and we can do this together. So and the link to how to do that is in the description box. This is why it's a great opportunity to practice with someone else. So you get feedback and hear like, hey, am I towing the line? Do I sound confident? Or have I delved into cocky? Okay, sometimes we're at a spot where we need a job really, really bad. It is about paying our rent next month and we just need a job. So tip number 6 though is, do not tell them, I really need this job. Like, this is super important. I need the money. It's not gonna go over well. Instead, just keep showing enthusiasm. Hiring managers are more likely to hire the person who is enthusiastic and passionate about the role over the one with the right skill set. Make sure you're showing your enthusiasm for the company. So on the inside, you can be like, oh, I really need this job. Let that come out, and the idea of, I am just so excited for this opportunity. I think this job is a great fit for me, and here are the reasons why. They don't need to know we're like scraping the change out of our car. All right, number 7, do not blame answers on nerves. Like, you don't need to say out loud, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just really nervous. They know you're nervous. It's okay that you're nervous. It's okay if nerves show a little bit. I did a whole video on how to calm interview nerves. I'll put a card to it here and in the description box below. But just know, they already know you're nervous, so you don't need to state it out loud. And I think sometimes people think they're gonna be given more grace if they give an answer and then go, oh, sorry, I don't know if that was okay. I'm just really nervous. Like, now you're making me doubt your answer because you didn't sound confident in it. This is another reason why we practice, so that you know how long your answer should be and you're confident that I've given the information I need to give and I can stop. Don't tell them, sorry, I'm nervous, hope that was okay. Okay, number 8. I have had people in interviews say, oh, well, so-and-so actually recommended me for this position and that's why I'm here. If you were recommended, they already know you were recommended. You don't need to share that information. And it kind of, in this weird way, ends up seeming like you think, I've got this job already. This is just a formality because they already recommended me. So it's fine. Like, I'm really excited to be here because so-and-so recommended I apply and really encouraged me to because they thought I'd be a good fit. This person is making their mind up if they think you're a good fit. The recommendation got you here and into the room, but it's not gonna get you the job, so don't bring it up. Okay, this next one is shocking, but it happens all the time. Number 9, do not say you never use their product, watch their show, go to their website, whatever it is. If you are going to Taco Bell, you better have eaten Taco Bell that week so you can talk about if you like it. If you are going to an interview at a website, you better use their website. Working in television, it was so shocking how many people would go, oh, I never watch TV. Then why do you want to work in this industry? There are thousands of people who love television and are dying for this spot, and you're getting this seat in the room and you're gonna waste it and tell me like, I don't really like TV. No, can't do it. So whatever it is about that company or about that industry, make sure you have some things to say about it And even if you don't like it, you're gonna have to fake it till you make it. Like if I had to interview at a snowboarding company, I'm afraid of heights. I've never skied or snowboarded in my life, but I would go watch some videos on snowboarders and find something that I connect with and say, that thing that they do, I just find that so fascinating, how brave they are to get up on that mountain. And that just really is something I'm passionate about, that these people are so brave and courageous in that way. And that's something I try to emulate in my own life. Like, I don't know, you gotta figure out some connection to that. Now, number 10 is kind of an offshoot of that one. Make sure you know that company's product. So I had a friend who recruited at one television network, and she'd ask on every interview, what's your favorite show on our network? And all the time, candidates would say a show from another network. She's like, but that's not the show we make. We don't make that show. So it just shows you didn't do your research about the company. You need to go find something about their product that you like. Make sure you're not talking about a competitor. That's kind of the difference on number 10. Number 9, you need to make sure you have interest in that industry or that company. Number 10, don't talk about a competitor. So don't mess up and say, I love your gordita crunch, but you're at an interview at Del Taco. That's a Taco Bell product, right? So you need, I don't know why, I'm not hungry for Taco Bell, but I'm just gonna keep bringing it up. You need to make sure that you are talking about them and not their competitor. So those are 10 tips to help you out, things you don't wanna say in a job interview. Hopefully this will help you in formulating your answers. If you need more help getting prepped and ready for the interview, I have my free interview checklist in the description box below. Please go check that out. Once again, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know when new videos comes out, and give this one a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. That's all for today. I will see you next time. Bye!